Why ya kwa her woman ko iko doya. Why ya kwa say kwa peka fu iko doya. Ngakatero to kalabo to kalabo. Ngakatero to kalabo to kalabo. Yeah go. 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 Oh yeah go. Oh yeah go. Oh yeah go. Oh yeah go. You will come, you will fear, young girl, young girl, young girl, why ya kwa her woman ko doya. Why ya kwa say kwa peka fu iko doya. Ngakatero to kalabo to kalabo. Ngakatero to kalabo to kalabo. Yeah go. 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 Oh yeah go. Oh yeah go. Oh yeah go. Oh yeah go. You are the baby. Nailia, Imalia, you are the baby. 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 Oh, you are the baby. Oh, you are the baby. I want the baby. Now you are the baby. Moi, comment we fight here for murder? Mubera see moi, diamo we sign here for murder. Not even now when you want to talk for the what check it out. Not even now when you want to talk for the what check it out. You are very bad. You are very poor. You You are me, you are me for. You are me, you are me, you are me, you are me. Oh, you are me, oh, you are me, oh, you are me, oh, you are me for. You can now you will come and will pay young girl, young girl, young girl, young why ya her woman why ya say why back food I can't tell what to tell about to cover. I can't tell what to tell about to cover. Yeah, girl, 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 oh, yeah, girl, oh, yeah, girl, oh, yeah, girl, oh, yeah, girl. You are the baby. Nailia, Himalia, you are the baby. 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 Oh, you are the baby. Oh, you are the baby. I want the baby. Now you are the baby. Moi, comme we find here for murder. Mubera Masi, moi, dear, my way, here for murder. Not even now when you want to talk funny, what check it out. Not even now when you want to talk funny, what check it out. You are very fine. You are very poor. You are very fine. You are very poor. You are very fine. You are my man. You are my man. You are my man. Oh, 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 Iwamema, 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 Nama, Iwamema, Iwamema, Nama, Iwamema, oh, Iwamema, oh, Iwamema, I want the river, now you are the river. Mube almost see moi come we find here for murder. Mube almost see moi diamo we sign here for murder. Not even now when you want talk for the what check it. Not even now when you want talk for the what check it.
Okay, folks. So, if you're just tuning, in, we'd like to say welcome to Science and Society. Uh, we always here on Tuesday and Friday. So today we're here again. This is a platform that gives chance to science enthusiast people who are actually studying or doing science to be able to explain what they are doing in society, what they actually are actually doing whether be saving the environment or also or whether be I mean any way in which they are contributing towards the development of our country, and will always be here to uh, will always be here to bring people who are in this category on science and society. So this platform is actually meaning for people who are actually making significant contribution towards science. Is I can say it's a area for science student. It's an actually an area. Will be today. We'll have last week we had a very good discussion with Dr. Justin Wiako. Dr. Wiako is a computational engineer, computational biology. Indeed, or computing, he had a PhD in computational engineer. So he was here last week, and we discussed a lot about his area field of study and how he could be able to contribute towards the development of science in Liberia. And so today we'll have the team from the University of Liberia, Biomedical Science Association, the Biomedical Sciences Association at the University of Liberia. They will be here with us to tell us the normal constraints they go through and also some of the challenges and the things they do there as an association. And to speak on behalf of students and to share with us some of the latest development back home in Liberia at the University of Rwanda University. They will be here with us soon. I think the full day kind of having some serious issue, but I hope that we're gonna have them on. And so I've been joined by my colleagues, Madison. If you are also watching, we have asked that maybe probably you are a student at the University of Liberia, Department of Biology. We ask that you share this live as you can, so that so that we can get more people following our life, and that's what we do here on the two platforms you are watching. We also live on YouTube and live from Innovation Lab, of course, our regular page. And so maybe probably you are kind of watching, or probably you are just joining us, you can, or however, just continue to share the live video as you can invite people to follow the page, and so that we can I mean so this is a platform that actually gives chance to people who are actually making significant impact. Some of them are out of the country. We don't know where our brightest mind could be. Some of them are even far away from home, from Liberia. On this show, we bring them on to discuss science and also relate to society on how uh, science can how science is making significant contribution to society. And so, likewise, in that direction, today we'll have the leadership from BAUSA, University of Liberia, the biology, that's the biology student association at the University of Liberia. The president is already here. So I'll have three of them, the president, the secretary, and the vice president. They're going to be here with us. I think they're facing a little bit of issue from Liberia of internet. But, we all kind of are sacrificing, and I see the president is already here, and see the vice president also joining. So, Madison, how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay, Mohammed. I'm okay. How are you, Chief?
I'm doing good. I can see your camera. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, I think let me try to on. Oh, are you getting me now?
Yeah, I'm getting you. So, Madison, welcome to the platform again. You've been away because we've been facing some everyone been busy, but I'm always here keeping the platform very much active as much as we can so that we can be able to. Uh, but Madison, welcome. What is your take for today before we can go to our
Thank
guest?
you. Thank you, Mohammed. I want to say it's a pleasure again being invited here by you and the host of our members. I'm so happy, and I look up to seeing the best from the students at the University of Liberia, particularly the Bauside team and their representative here. Thanks to you for your contribution in the improvement of STEM education back home, and we look up to having a very fruitful discussion today. So, in a nutshell, I'm happy to be here once again through your invite.
Thank you. Thank you. That's our coding Madison. Madison is also in the area of biology, molecular biology. He's doing master. So we're discussing social biology issue today here. It's not
So,
something big. Yeah, it's not something big, but we will be joined by the other colleagues. Edwin Olubesme will also join us in Sleme G. Sleme will also join us, and along with Stephanie Gibson, the other our other colleague Darius Boko. I don't know they're going to join us sometime. Everyone, we are all students here. Sometimes we are in or even our own member, one of our panelists, new panelists here. Also, I didn't know he also a member of Bausa to Azar. Azar is also a member of Bausa. He find whole leadership.
okay.
Yeah, he been also he came on 1 or 2 times. Yeah, also a panelist. Yeah, maybe he gonna come on to because the Bausa affairs also. So welcome Prince, welcome Prince, welcome eventually. I know you getting me. Welcome. You are muted. Prince, you also muted. Eventually, you are muted. Let me try to do maybe I can.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh,
thank
okay.
you.
Okay. Okay. Prince gonna come on. Maybe probably he facing a little bit of issue. He gonna come on. This is normal because of the internet issue in Liberia. Uh, Welcome to the platform Evangeline. This is Science in Society. So here, this is the home of most of the scientists in Liberia. So we're happy to have you too. We actually resolved to do this round. The coming we will host most of the leadership from the various science students around Liberia. So we started with Bausa and then we'll go to uh, UL, also Kemusa and also AMEU Bausa, UMU Bausa, like that. So that students can be able to discuss the constraint they're going through back home. Maybe just it doesn't have to be the bad, everything can be negative, but the good things
Yeah,
also that are also happening back home, and to share the with public to share this information with the public. Maybe probably we may get people who are watching and to come to see the reason so that they can be able to change some of these things and do more they are doing back home. So eventually would like to invite you. We want to know who is eventually before Prince can come in. We want to know who is
okay.
eventually, and I mean, what's your position and what are you selling? Because I know I learned that they have people who selling biomedical science, also biology, different. I think microbiology too, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have four
yes.
pathways. Okay,
Okay,
so
so
once more, my name is Evangeline Pay, a student at the University of Liberia. Precisely, I'm part of the Biological Sciences Student Association. Um, I'm a senior student and also the vice president for the department. Yeah. So, like you were saying, we have like four pathways there.
We have biomedical, we have general biology, we have um uh, microbiology and biochemistry. So my pathway is biomedical. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Is it
so we
okay? No, you can go ahead.
yeah, so we actually supposed to be 3 year from Bausa UL. So I think my friends are getting ready to come, the secretary and then that of the president. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
Yeah, I
happy to
think
be here.
I think Prince is facing little bit issue. You know, you can just ready if you probably can just ready and tell him just to go back or and come back in. I can see him, but I'm facing serious issue of accepting him on the platform, so he can go back or and little bit come back in. He will have me, then I will have him on. But I don't know. He
Okay.
was actually pretty good for us, but I don't know what's happening again. You know, he's
All
behaving
right.
like
No bad.
my the last time. Yeah.
Let me do that.
Okay. So I mean, my thing. Okay. I think Prince, he's okay now. I think he's okay. He's okay now. So Prince, welcome.
All right. Yeah, well, thank you.
Prince, we want to.
Then saying have trying our best.
Okay, we getting you. We can get you. We can get you actually. So you little bit okay now.
All right, thank you.
So
So
Prince,
am I clear right now?
yeah, you clear, but I don't know how you getting me. I'm getting you before like that. I'm hearing you a little bit echo at the back, but it's not a problem for me. I can manage with that until we can as we move on with the show. But eventually, I've already done her opening or introduction. Or probably you will also wanted to do your introduction. Who is Prince? Father Junior. Of course, we have your name and your position under your name, but we want to know, and the public want to know, and who is Prince Father Junior.
Principal is the president of the Constitution.
Prince is eventually can you get me? Wow, everyone is freezing. It's kind of a freezing, right, Madison?
Yeah, I think that they are kind of facing a lot of internet problem. But
Oh,
Mohammed, are you getting me? Are you getting me as well?
yeah, I'm getting you. I can get you.
Okay, okay, I'm getting you as
Yeah,
well. But
yeah,
for them,
okay.
I think there is a problem with the internet, which we hope can be
Mm.
resolved before starting Monday.
Yeah, Madison, allow before they can come. Let's look at some. I mean, some information when it comes to normally you being biology student at the university, even though you didn't graduate from UL, but what are some of those things you expect, and apart from being expecting from them, and as a biology student, what are some of those constraints that you went through back home? Even though it's not biology is what is a broad field now, people are studying general biology, microbiology. She said, biomedical science. What are some of those constraints that you actually been going through as a biology student that you think is normal that maybe probably they're going to talk about today?
Yeah.
For me, basically, from what I've experienced doing my undergraduate study at the United Meta University, which I know majority of our students back home may be going through similar problem, is the issue about making science to be more visual in our society. Like for us, I think our major problem back home is the issue about laboratory. Most of our sciences are said to be abstract, and I think the facts are there. Basically, in high schools and in the university, most of our sciences we learn are just from the paper to the bowl, and in our lab, our skills in lab are very poor. And in a nutshell, we are actually not good when it comes to laboratory activities. Like our skills are quote unquote a bit poor because we don't have all of the necessary material to our disposal as science students in Liberia. When it comes to our theory, we are so good, which I've experienced and I'm also experiencing up here. Like our laboratory skills are not good, so I'm of the conviction that they might be facing similar problem during the undergraduate study as we speak.
Sure. So eventually, I mean, if the president is struggling to come on. The president is struggling to come on. We want to hear from you. What is actually Bausa? They maybe probably want to know what is Bausa and what is the main function of Bausa? What kinds of work you do, for students at the University of Liberia.
Well, Biosa is a biological student association. So there is a department under the science college, and like I said, we have 4 pathways. So we got some students doing general biology, some student reading biochemistry, some student reading uh, microbiology. But every one of us, we are under one umbrella. So there are, we got the bad side and we got a good side. Yeah. So in the department there, or let's just say for the science college, for my view, our challenge there is the lab issue. Yes, the lab issue. So the president is here. So
I know
Yeah.
what I'm
So I
trying to
mean,
do.
yeah, you
Yeah,
you you
it,
yeah, we can get you now. We can get you, Prince. Yeah.
yeah,
Eventually, you can speak. He will come in. He will speak, and then you just go ahead.
yeah,
What you will say?
yeah. So for my view is the lab issue. Like in other countries where you will see uh a science student demonstrating in a lab, most of most of the lab activities cannot be ready be demonstrated in the lab because we don't have all of those or equipments. Yeah, so that is one of our challenge. Yes.
Okay. So we will go back to the president. Preso, I mean, we want to get back to you. Your opening statement you earlier started with, and then before we can go to the second question.
yeah. I'm so sorry for the network. Yes. So again,
No,
I'm
don't
Prince.
yeah, don't worry
Yeah,
about this, Prince. It's normal.
yeah. So again, I'm Prince Potter Jr., the president of the Biological Sciences Student Association, a senior student at the Department of Biological Sciences, reading biomedical science. So that
Okay,
is pretty
Prince. Yeah, Prince. Thank you very much. We just asked eventually this question. What is Baosa, and when we say Baosa, what kinds of work you do? What is your function? Why those places you don't have, the control over, and what are those things activities you do at the University of Liberia?
all right. So and we are a student group at the University of Liberia. Mostly Pals are founded in June 1954. So almost like we are one of the oldest student groups in the University of Liberia, especially within the Europe businesses. So
Can, wow. Princess Princess is breaking through again.
Mohammed, I think Prince actually need to change his background because I tried. In fact, I faced similar problem when we invited Dr. Yan on our show, and I came to the conclusion that I think it was based on my location. So I will advise that he tried change his location. It might be better as it comes to the network.
Let me try here.
Okay. So yeah, why evangelist say that to him, we can continue with the program because we if we going by time is our greatest enemy. We only have 1 hour here, and so eventually, basically, we want to know uh how long have you guys your leadership stay in power now? Hello, eventually, can you get me?
Okay. Yes, we was just elected
Okay,
last
so
semester. So we
okay,
we just
so
started.
okay, so how many how many months? You mean last semester, like 2 months or 3 months have you stay in the in leadership? And how do you do your leadership? Is it by election or you do this by grading students?
Let's say we have spent like since power was turned over to us, I think it's almost 1 month now. Almost 1 month. Yeah. So it is by grading your GPA and then also election. So you have the resetting GPA before you apply to be
Okay,
a candidate to go through the election. So you have to get certain GPA. Your GPA should be like 3 points. Yes. And then when you are selected, you go into the election. So we went into the election, and then we actually won. Yeah.
so the GPA is like prerequisite. If you can't get 3 point GPA, mean you won't be able to contest the election.
No.
Okay, Madison, do you have any question to ask? Prince, you can continue with the question you were answering one before Madison can come in. Maybe we'll lose you anytime. Let's see if you are a little bit okay.
Prince, you need
Prince
to change your
internet is
background.
eventually I don't know which part of library you
Eventually,
are. You are in your
Eventually, can you please text Prince to actually change the background? It's kind of like
I think I need to do
giving you a bit
that.
of
Okay,
problem.
let me just do that quick. Let me do
Yeah,
that.
no,
I
but
think
he
that will
just
help me a
changed.
lot to change the
No,
background
he just changed.
because I keep
He just
seeing
changed.
the same background over and over. I think you need to change. Either work outside a bit or maybe go to somewhere where you might find that well.
Prince saying him better now. So I don't know. So we can get him. So Madison, you can continue with your question to eventually then.
So, eventually, on behalf of our team, I would like to say congratulations to the leadership. Though we weren't there during the time of the election, though it have passed, but
Okay.
congratulations. It's better late than never. So as a team and
All
as
right.
a leadership representing the entire student population, particularly the biology department at the University of Liberia, I want to know as an organization before. I think when we were in UMU, we had similar organization, but bearing the same name, like Bausa UMU, and I'm of a conviction that I might have an idea about what the organization seek to do or what's the aim and objective of the organization, but not in totality because we are from different institutions. So for you,
Okay.
for your part as a leadership now at the University of Liberia, spearheading activities of BAUSA, As an organization, as a leadership, what are your aims and focus towards the student? I have so many questions, but that's the first question. What are your aims and focus towards the student population? That is what you intend to do to better the life and the learning environment of students, particularly in the field of biology at the University of Liberia.
Well, as leader, we are there to unite the students, to bring them together. Yeah. Um, and have we are also there to uh, um have some innovation, you know, for the student. We are there to serve for our student. For many, we are there to unite, to bring the students together, to work for them.
Okay. So basically, you'll be there to always advocate on behalf of the student, like what you're doing using this platform,
Yes.
and also tell the student what they actually going through. Myson, do you have
Sure.
any question to ask?
I want to say thank to her team, Evangeline, representing the entire biology student. Like she said, they are there to serve, which is actually good because leadership is actually not a title like most of our politicians may say, though we were in the student population at the university,
Sure.
at the United Methodist University, where we were in, we were doing a little bit of Amanda Away too, and we had a little bit of idea about leadership, which is generally said that leadership is not a title, instead it's an art to serve. So we
Yeah.
want to say thank you to our team, the president, the vice president, and everybody in leadership for their services to the students. And my next question will draw down to things they have been doing since their ascendancy to power. What are projects
Okay.
like?
All right. Like I
Are we okay?
said,
Yes, you can get.
Okay, so like I was saying, um,
I'm
uh,
getting you.
so what have you ever undertaken any project or have there been any
Yeah,
project
sure.
achieved under your leadership since coming to power?
Yeah, sure. Like I said, since we've been put into power, it's like almost 1 month now.
Okay.
Yeah. So our first project that was TATF during the debate was to install a Wi-Fi within our department, within the office for the student use. So we just did that, and then we got some renovation going on. We changed the door these few days, and we are always on campus for our students. Now school is closed, but there are new students or freshman students going on campus, you know, to find their way through. Some of them don't understand. Like we are there to help them, to guide them through. Yes, and
I
we are
don't know,
still
but
working on a lot of things.
okay. I mean, you're saying a kind of a good thing, which is very strange. Sometimes it's normal for every student grouping, but it's strange because internet is very good and everyone will need internet on campus. You just spend 1 month into leadership and you doing this is I must actually commend you for this. It's actually good. But I don't know. I want to rush to ask the question. Maybe Malaysia will come in or ask the other question, but I just want to ask this question. What are some of the constraints, like some of the constraints that students go through? I know this is the center of all these, and this is some of the reason why we decide inviting you because, like Malaysia said, and I'm not an exception. We know at night these students will crack. This is let's just say we on a platform. We are not in Liberia now, but we know that this is let's just say this or they say we hearing this information that science students in Liberia are are not actually getting a hands-on lesson like what Madison is saying. Okay, and so we want to hear from you yourself, the students representative in most of the university. We'll go afar, our platform will go afar, Tottenham University, Cotton University, even people who are also following, so that the decision makers who make this decision, even as much as they are private or public university, we want just to inform them that students are actually going through this kind of constraint, you know. So I don't want to say something that you I call it again that you to say I'm saying it so you can say no. But what are some of those constraints that students normally go through at the biological department? Like, what are some of the constraints that students normally go through? Do you do you get teachers on time teaching you? Do you have qualified teachers? Do you do you have do you, do you have a better lab to demonstrate? And I know, obviously, I know we know we on the platform we know some names that we know here that are very good in this department, in the biological sciences department at your university. We know this, but our focus mainly is on, do they have the facility to teach you? They can be qualified, but they don't have the facility. So I don't know. Let me leave it with you. What would be your answer to that? It's not a big question though. So you
Well,
have the
I think I stated it first. I said the constraint, or let's just say the challenge now is the lab, or lab problem. We don't have all of those materials or equipment that should be needed, because now, okay, you will you will have a lab class. You say lab class, right? Now you go to the lab, you're not writing on a board, when you're reading from pamphlets, even though some of them are there, yes, but not everything. So this is one of the challenge, the lab. That's from my
wow.
own perspective, the lab.
We'll go to this issue of the lab, but let me go to Prince. Prince, you can get her clear now. Even as much as the camera is now on the matter of fact, once we can get you, it's good. So can you come in? The last question we asked eventually was, what are some of those challenges that your students are going through at the University of Liberia, Department of Biology?
All right, so there are so many challenges. Just to outline few. Number one, we have poor infrastructure. I mean, since
Okay.
the world, there have not been renovation on the science complex, that is the science building. It's very deplorable. All of the labs that were built was damaged. No good bathroom, no proper sanitation, and then inadequate seating capacity. After the war, there was a huge inflow of students, most especially the pronouncement of the free tuition policy. You have so many students entering
Okay.
university, most especially the science college. So you
Okay.
have inadequate chairs, I mean, means of transportation to get on campus is a serious challenge. You will have students fighting on buses to go home and to come on campus. And then you have a very deplorable life, because when it comes to science, science should be applicable. So, in
Okay.
order to improve society, you must the university is there to train the youth, or to train the younger workforce to come back and give out to society. But one thing that you see, our science is not revolutionizing our country, is that because of what we are getting there, you will be taught all of the theories, but to get the hands-on practical, I mean, something is a serious challenge for the scientific community in Liberia.
Prince, the like you said, practical is one. Even though students will struggle to go to school, we can keep struggling everywhere and struggling to get. You want to get the real lesson, meaning when it comes to the things you want to do, meaning courses like biology, and these are things that are very much hands-on, like you said. So how are you really managing this? Like, students, is it that you just go to the class and students are just going to the class and just I mean, after lesson, they don't go to the lab anymore.
No.
Uh,
Okay,
what are
so
some?
students go to the lab, but what we are saying, there are limited facility at our institution. So you
Okay,
have some of the labs that we are to be performing, and then due to the facility not being available, we are not able to carry on these experiments. We have to pull hard to them. So the ones that we have will be the experiment that we carry on. So most often you see like when I was doing hematology, we will have to buy our own anticoagulants from the pharmacy to go and do our blood testing so that we can have at least little practical knowledge of
okay.
what it means by blood grouping, what it means by agglutination, and what have you.
Wow. This is very troubling, Prince. And this is one of the reasons why we took different trends in our. This platform is another form of advocacy for science in library, improvement of science. And so we want you to speak for us for yourself because we have people who are taking this information very serious using our platform, and this is very much troubling to see. You want to also say want to start with you. We also went through this, and we don't also want it to just be not that we went through it should continue to happen, but we wanted to change. That's the reason why we want to flag these issues up. But I will go to my coach, ask you some question, and then we'll come back to continue. Martin, do you have any question for him?
I think we are still on the issue about impedances. Normally, if I you ask the leadership about the challenges students are facing, and
Okay,
the vice president took all of our questions from the beginning. Sorry,
okay,
Madam Vice President, though your president was facing a little bit of problem, such and it led to you taking all of our questions. So it is good now that he's here. So, Mr. President, you just explained generally constraints students are facing, which we are a bit aware of when it comes to our educational systems, specifically in the field of science in Liberia. So, as on your part as leadership, what are the major challenges you have faced since coming to power as a leadership? Not speaking, let's say, broadly as student body number, as a leadership, because your colleague just came on and then she said that you are there. There are some few activities that are ongoing, and you are providing services to students who are coming in newly, giving them direction, which we know. That's why organizations like BAUSA and other subcommittee university
All
are
right, so as
funded
a
for.
leadership, our responsibility
Prince internet is very bad. We hope that we will have him.
is to serve as a
Okay,
leadership,
Prince.
like I said. Yeah, sorry, I had an incoming call. That's why Jam on network. Sorry about that.
uh,
So
Okay.
as a leadership, so you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you. I can get you
So
now.
I'm clear now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so over the period of time, our leadership is a new leadership. We just got into office, and then the semester has not fully begin. So what we are currently into is providing guidance for our freshman students that have gotten their admission letter. So we
Okay.
explain the postcard to them. We explain the various programs within our department to them. And one thing we, as a leadership, were decided to do is that we noticed that we are approaching the registration process, that is plenty of courses, and then you have more students coming to the office to plan their course. Some of them don't have access to internet because there is no internet connectivity in the office. So what we did was we decided to have purchased one MTN router so that
Okay.
whenever students come to the office, they will have access to internet so that they can be able to plan their courses. So we are planning more programs, especially when that is when the semester shall have fully commenced. We are planning more programs. So our leadership wants to take Bowser to another level. That is to make Bowser a more scientific group. So we see the huge gaps when it comes to research. So we are
Okay.
looking at establishing a research hub in collaboration with the department. We also
Okay.
see the need as an institution. We notice that the issue about publications or research, you have students, especially senior students in the department, doing their research, I mean their thesis, and then there's no means to publish these research work to contribute to the scientific community, especially on library. So when you are searching information about library, you notice that there are very limited information on library. That is because, I mean, majority of our research work in library are not published. Some people don't have the finances, some people don't have the proper guidance because there are guidelines, certain websites or certain journals have their set guidelines. So we vision, I mean, working along with the Department of Biological Sciences to build for ourselves a research journal, I mean, so that students and instructors can collaborate and conduct research. That is one thing that make university around the world great. You see some university within a year time you have more than 5 novel research conducted. I mean, that'll be something good. I mean, that is how we want to see the university and the students of Bausa.
So I mean, Prince, before I can come my question, I'm going to read comments from this comment section. And we have some of your professors that are following, they normally even follow this show also, which is very good. We we mean well for Liberia, and that's the reason we have you on, so that you can you guys can be able to express what's really happening. Even you could also advocate for your teachers who know, even the teachers are even complaining, and so I'm gonna read the comment sections from comments from the comment sections here before you can come in to answer the other questions and see. And so we have comment from Noreen Cedra, one of our team members. He say, I'm following from Chocolate City. And Sarah Sua is saying, hi guys, I'm Sarah S. Sua, a cybersecurity engineer, and I'm willing to share my expertise. Okay, so this one is for us. I think this person is giving. So, Sarah, if you also watching, we'd like to say just inform us in your inbox. Just go to Innovation Lab page and inform us. Then we'll get people to take care of that. Okay, so thank you so much, Sarah. And say I will discuss how to secure online. So, Sarah, just go to our inbox and inform us. Then someone who is responsible for the page, they're going to forward it to the rightful person who going to bring you on the show. So Bobby Carter is also a professor at your university, Prince. You know that. And so he said, uh, Evangeline, you guys need to do more because your relationship with instructor is poor. Hope you guys work on it. Then he said, Bobby Carter say, that one like OH paramedic. I think he's saying something about the lab issue. It's a lab issue he was talking about when you. And so, Flomo Escalapi is a great information session. Flomo is the lab or coordinator at your department. He's also watching. And so, folks, if you're watching, would like to inform you that this is Science in Society. We always bring people. Earlier, Mr. Kato been on here. And so we also want to say you can share the live as much as you can. We have the Biological Science Student Association from the University of Liberia. We if you also watching this live, you from the Kemusa, the Chemistry Student Association of the University of Liberia, or any of the university, we know we're in collaboration with you guys. Just inform us because we also have show on Tuesday and Friday, so that we can bring you on, and we want to get these stories so that we can be able to reach out to people who make the decision. Like the president just said, rightfully said, lab issue have been, even Bobby is saying lab issue have been an OA issue at the University of Liberia. But how can we change this? We can this is university, and we can all join here to see how we can stop this. So I mean, my question to Prince or anyone of you, eventually you can answer this question. How is now, because my concern is the the practical aspect of the lesson, also research. You talk about research, which is very good. And once the lab is not improved, how will student be innovative to do these things? At the end of the day, like I was uh, I was reading a paper from a student from one of those universities. I don't want to call the university name. And this student thesis was basically about prevalence. And the reason the student said to me he wrote about prevalence was because he didn't have, he actually wanted to do an experimental topic, but you couldn't get any lab or anything, any reagent, even though they have labs in Liberia. But these labs are people private labs. All schools abroad sometimes get their own laboratory to, I mean, to just students here go directly there and do their experiment from the line instead of you going to an entity laboratory, which is something that is very much joy. So he said he didn't want to go through all of this. Because of that, uh you have to take topic around prevalent. And so, Prince, how are you working to resolve this whole issue of the laboratory poor lab issue? Your lab or department, the chair for your lab coordinator is watching, and he's know the constraint he goes through when it comes to getting reagent. Is Bausa helping to read proposal to institution or embassies around Liberia on how they can be able to little donate something to the department?
All right. So, I mean, that is something we thought of because it is a problem now. So, how can we solve this problem? So, our leadership thought of reaching out to partners. I mean, and also, I mean, wherein we cannot fit in. I mean, we some labs that cannot be demonstrated at the university or library. We reach out to the department to see the need that we foster partnership with other institutions that these labs can, I mean, these experiments can be carried on, like the National Public Health Institute Reference Lab in Chad. But we can use that as a training point for our biomedical scientists. They have a molecular lab there. So, I mean, students can go
Okay.
there and learn some things. I mean, that is how we solve the problem. Why we also work with partners. We also seek support from various partners within our country to improve the facility. Think about it. If we improve the lab at the university, I mean, students will be able to have. I mean, students will be able to have access to this facility, carry on that research, contribute to society, and all will lead to the growth of our nation. All will lead to, I mean, let's look at there are series of medicinal plants within our country. How are we researching to know which to know the how should I? So how are we researching to know what this plant possesses and how they can be able to cure the various illnesses within our country. It's true scientific work. So it's only when we have better labs, so we thought of fostering partnership, seeking support with other institutions that will help us better our laboratory. Like last month in September, we had a program with the Less Educational Group, Dr. Lester Meyer, who is involved in the regenerative medicine in the U.S. He holds a master's in biochemistry and molecular biology. So we are trying. So we've been having conversation with him centered around the same thing to see how best we can solve some of the major issues that students are faced with within the university.
Sure, thank you. Before I can come to you, let me read the comment from the other page. And those of the guys that are watching, probably from the other page, you will have another comment from earlier. I said Flomo Kalapi was watching, and also we have Umaru Lee is following. C4's BGSA just in following from GSA, and he read again. He said University of Liberia through the Department of Biological Sciences need to address this lab issue. It can be right that students reading the sciences are not having access to hands-on there, he mean hands-on experiment. And so on the other live here, I have Samuel Klein is watching, and of course Umaru Lee is also watching. and Mohammed A. Tunis, Mohammed Abdullah Tunis is watching, and Samuel Khan say good evening. And earlier we also have yes Umar watching. So Madison, do you have any question for them? You know, this whole thing, I think we all have to say something about this because we know this is actually something that we've been seeing it. Just ask your question because I want to be straight on this.
So I think I have a question particularly on their projects and activities, because we all know that as student-based organization, we may have activities, plans in mind to execute, but the way in which we go about executing these activities sometimes may have challenges. So like what they have done, they just came to power, and it hasn't taken too long, and they are doing extremely well. So like he said, they have taken in, I mean, they have taken on a Wi-Fi project, and there are a series of activities on book to be executed by the leadership. So my question today is, in terms of resource, how do you gather resource as an organization to execute your plan? What are the constraints you face in gathering resources to execute your plan as an organization and leadership? Maybe the president or the vice president can address them.
All right. So when it comes to the resources, I mean, we all know that this is a student organization, and then the university has policy when it comes to getting money from students. So what we do at our department to get money is when students are coming, like we have membership form. So we encourage them to pay for their membership form, and then we have something we call semester due. That is $50 per semester. That is for all of our members. So that is the two major income streams. So I mean, normally because it's not for profit, so when we generate these monies, we use them to organize programs. So these are the two major income streams within our department. So it's a challenge, And then the university policy is that you cannot go about taking money from students again, wherein they are pay registration fee, pay student activity fee, pay departmental fee. So you will see like in the registration fee, departmental fee. But then when the money gets to the university, we don't have access to this money. And then of recent, the Science College leadership, the student leadership went together and asked the university authority to increase their own registration fee from 2,550 Liberian dollars by 500 addition to 3,050 Liberian dollars. The surprise is on numerous occasions we wrote the university authority for the 500 addition that were added on our registration fees so that the college can use that money for its own developmental purpose like purchasing of reagents, improving the laboratories, painting of buildings. I mean, to do major renovations, some minor work that we are able to do. But I'm surprised you to know that all of our communication rating to the business finance office are fall on their log. They are not being able to respond to our communication. So these are some of the things at the University of Liberia.
You know, Madison, for me, I have before you can come in with your question, I have my own view. I think this is like I can say this is a dialogue we're having. Also, this show is meant for information sharing, and I can say this to you. This I see an issue here when it comes to the improvement of science, like he said, and this gap will continue to be creating for our future generation until we keep moving on because our leaders, and this is reaching from our leaders, don't have interest in improving the sciences. And so it brings me to to bring me back when people say that we don't have enough health workers, we don't have I mean enough engineer, you can say that way, because we don't want to improve the facility of this learning environment that contribute towards or the capacity building area that contribute towards improving this area that we actually having problem with. So at the end of the day, we will the country will keep having gap in these places. And so I don't want to go into the politics, but for me, I see this as seriously as a weakness. Seriously, because I mean, how much is lab lab reagent? Even though they are expensive, but I don't think they're going to be expensive more than even a lawmaker salary, or I don't think they're going to be expensive more than even I mean, I don't want to go that route, but I think it's necessary because this is if this is something the people who attend this university are people who living in these people constituent or people who living under government authority, and this is universal library is government institution. Likewise, or other university, even other private universities are even taking money from students. These students are not even meeting the facility of it. And at the end of the day, the weight will come on the country when it comes to the young generation, these people who are coming up after uh, coming up to improve the country. How can we continue to live? We keep saying we want to improve science, we want to improve STEM, and I mean, lab is not improved. Student goes to lab, they stay using COPA. I think the other day my mentor, that Saki said it's into he used COPA the Universal Library, and I remember a time Master used COPA too, so we'll keep using COPA as we move on. It's not a bad idea. You can improvise a lab, but I think the environment should be like a very good learning environment. Should be encouraging for students to be encouraged to be happy in doing what they choose to do. I remember when I was designed to do chemistry at the university. I mean, my family was saying to me, "You, I think you were entering the classroom." But even the variable people, if the sciences are big to the extent that even people who graduate from this department, sometimes some of them even one way or other give back to society by even teaching, even as much as they do, they are not teaching, they are doing part-time stuff like Mr. Kato here. Mr. Kato is he's doing a research work, but he's also teaching at the university, giving back. So how can you reconcile this kind of thing when you don't have the facility improved? You are not so so I think every country the science students are almost like the think tank for the country, and from what Prince is saying, I think so it's so sad for me. I don't know. Mazin, do you have any other thing to say about that? No, before Mazin,
I think
before you can come in, let's go to Evangeline. Maybe Evangeline have any other thing to say. Open man, probably you have anything to say or concerning the challenges that you're going through in terms of it. Then we'll move on to the other question because I asked you one question you didn't answer, so I'm gonna ask Prince that question. Maybe you answer, but you didn't answer to my satisfaction.
Yeah, like Prince here, our challenge is the lab. The lab is our challenge. And we cannot also blame the instructors. Yeah, we cannot blame them because these facilities have not been given,
Yes, yes, I know this.
for them to use it. So we cannot blame them. So maybe we just need to talk to the 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 government or the administration so that they can do better, so that they can look at us like they shouldn't just be don't care, like don't care. We need it for our science society. We need it because it's going to help our whole lot. Even just imagine people will be doing thesis, people will be running away from doing or thesis or go to the lab. They want to do prevalence because the whole lab issue that problem in Liberia. Yes, so wherever the government are, we are asking that you guys should really come in to help to, you know, bring in equipment and all that stuff because we are suffering a lot. Yes, that's all I can say for now.
So, first, if you are watching, you tune into Science and Society. We always here on Tuesday and Friday. And so today we have the president of the Biological Student Association at the University of Liberia and the vice president of the Biological Student Association. we don't have the secretary. He was to be here, but maybe probably he faces some technical issue or something. So I will go back to, you can keep also sharing the live as you can. This is just a discussion. I beg you. This our show is not actually or political. We here bringing this is actually professional. We want to bring the ills, the real ills into society when it comes to science on how we can be able to solve this problem. And one of our greatest problem in Liberia that from time to time, HO, like Mr. Kato reference there on the live, is HO problem is the issue of improvement on hands-on learning, how we can improve even those high school. But high school, I mean, you can bear that. Probably you can bear come from high school, even though it's not a rare way. But you now come on, you go to university. So high school universities are even trying to be improved, and even some universities in Liberia now. How I don't know how can we do this? Is actually something that we have to really look at, and it's very serious. So my thing, you can come in.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed. I think we are actually saying the same thing. By our issue in Liberia from day one, like one of the professors said, it has been lab. He said he rightly stated that the issue about lab, particularly in the University of Liberia, it has been an OHT, but we all hope that it change one day. Like I actually want to share my experience of what I've noticed, the gap that we actually have when it comes to our science in Liberia. I stand to be corrected. You know, I came to Turkey here about a year ago, and I actually been studying the Turkish language. And fortunately, I got through, and I'm about to start my department. Particularly, I'm about to do my MSc in molecular biology. So I was fortunate to have chatted with my advisor a couple of days ago, and then he took me actually to the molecular biology lab. And what we actually talk about in Liberia, we learn on paper. I mean, that was my very first time seeing these materials, and that was the time I actually saw science were actually getting real to me. Like all of what I read in Liberia, all of what I heard about, I saw them physically, and I felt that. I mean, so this is the science we normally talk about just on paper in Liberia. So unfortunately for us in Liberia, the issue about this lab equipment, it cannot be single-handedly bought by a person because they are so expensive. Like when I chatted with the professor and I shared my experience from back home, he told me it is true because for even us here, most of the materials that we are using in this lab, like he told me, that these materials cannot be single-handedly bought by a person. Most of the materials you see in this lab are bought by the Turkish government. You see, but for us, our policy maker in Liberia, I mean, they don't look into the direction of science, though we're not trying to be political, but that's the right thing. Like these materials, our professors in Liberia, they are so good. The same science I learned there, I'm seeing them here, but the difference is the making of science to be more visual. That's our problem in Liberia. So when I saw this material, I was like, wow. I mean, it was mind blowing. It's kind of fascinating that I'm about to see science in Liberia, just theory. And he drove me through the lab, and then he showed me material here, chromatography. It's called the safety
Wow, you come in broken,
biology.
Madison. Okay, I can get you now. Yeah.
Okay, so like
Wow, Madison.
Liberia
Pardon?
science seems to,
Okay.
hello,
Yeah. Yeah, I get you now. I get you.
let me try to change my network. Are you getting me now?
Yeah, I'm getting you. I'm getting you.
So what I'm saying is that for starting Liberia, our scientists are more theoretical. We
Wow.
in Liberia.
I think Prince transferring the issue of network to Madison now. you know, yeah. So you transfer the issue of network now to Madison, but I think it's actually a good show though, and from what Madison explained, is something that we all can hands we can bring all hands on desk to be able to fight.
So it's not
You know,
difficult to reach there. It's just like, I mean, we all got to
Mommy, am I a bit okay now?
one of our
yeah,
focus
you okay, you okay
into
now.
the sciences. because I mean there have been no nation that developed sporadically, I mean exponentially without I mean the sciences. Because I mean for a nation to grow, you need STEM, right? All of the developing nation around us, what they are using to develop, the raw material they are using to develop is the sciences, the STEM. So there is no way you will develop faster without STEM. There is no way you can grow more food without the sciences. You have to revolutionize things. You have to clone some plants. You have to change some things. So at the university, I mean, it will surprise you to know that we are doing molecular biology, but you discuss cloning vectors, you discuss PCR, gene amplification, adnusion, annihilation. So you discuss all of these things, but to go and practice in the lab, you won't see it. You discuss nothing, blotting, western blotting, something blotting, but you won't do it. And it's very discouraging that you'll be, I mean, reading all of these things and then you're not applying them. So that is the
Wow.
situation we are faced with.
So Prince, we already identify most of the challenges that you face now. So like I said, you trying to find solution to this problem. Let's move to gradually to different discussion in terms of which I know your professors are very good. You got very good professors. I don't know, but I don't want to speak for you, but I heard some good news. Even your department here is very very good. Someone who I know very well. He was a PhD, also in
Yeah,
molecular
I mean,
workplace. So how
great.
are your teaching staff?
Come again.
Yeah,
I'm not
yes. Let's
getting
go.
you.
Let's go. Yeah, I said, how are, before I can get back to you, Prince, let me read the comments, and some of the comments are looking very interesting. Then through the comments, we're going to find discussion. And so, I have the first comment from C4. C4 here saying, this show is unique, and thanks to the host and the leadership of Bausa UL for the innovation. I think we are moving somewhere. STEM is crucial aspect of nation building. We need to get involved in our own way, own small ways. And so Flomo Chikalapili is saying most but not all of the problems go to having laboratory equipment and reagent at the UL and other universities. Laboratory management is another one. Managing the little we have is lacking. And I think I'm gonna go to that, and he's rare. I think Macedo has some survey on that, and I think Flomo is rare. But uh, this whole issue from what Flomo is saying is actually something that is real, because one thing we should know that we are now advocating for the improvement of lab into university, but the universities authority should be able to manage these things, because at the end of the day, when do not send these things, people will end up taking their way to even sell them at one, and people will misuse the mismanagement of chemicals, mismanagement of these glassware. How do you going to manage it is one thing. And another thing is that the
So
lab can even be full. I come in, Prince, the lab can even be full with all of those material, but once you don't have capacity building, it's one thing to again, because you need people to know how to. So it's a whole big thing we're talking here. You need people to know how to demonstrate those labs that you're talking about. Because if people don't know how, if the lab demonstrators don't know where train how to demonstrate those lab topics, they're going to be skipping. At the end of the day, those chemicals will stay in the lab and then aspire again. I know I'm sensing this happening sometime, but we're going to discuss this from a very realistic point of view, and see how we can be able to solve, because we are advocating, not just advocating, but looking at those things that people should look at. Like one Flomo has just highlighted, which had to do with management of lab material and apparatus is one thing. So Prince, I'll come back to you. Discuss about your professors and also this also.
Mohammed, I just want to come in with a point that Flomo, just question. Flomo is actually right, and I stand to be. I stand 100% to agree with him. Like when
Okay.
we were back there, when we were back home at UMU, Flomo is from the lab background where he knows what is actually ongoing in the lab, and the point he's actually stressed is good. It's one of our major problems, maintenance in Liberia. Though we may not have these materials in surplus, but at least the little one we have, how to maintain them and how to properly use them has also become our problem over time. Like I will share with you an experience. Like when we were back home in Liberia at the UMU, sometimes we will go to the lab and then we will see our lab manual with all of the material listed. And at times we'll go into the storage room to get most of the reagent. Once you look at the label of the reagent, unfortunately the reagent have stayed in the lab for over maybe 4 or 5 years and he has actually expired. And then we'll say, let's try it. Like maybe it will work out. But when we do 1 or 2 experiments with the reagent, the next thing we do is we'll end the entire experiment online. Like we're going to watch YouTube video to see how the experiment is supposed to end. Because why? The reagent has overstayed, it has not been properly checked, there have been no check and balance, like how it's supposed to be when it came and how it's supposed to be used. And you will see what like removing plastic from a reagent in the lab. But unfortunately, the reagent is like overdue, maybe 2 3 years back.
Yes.
You see, so
So so
I stand to agree with Flomo. The maintenance problem is one of the major things we have. Then, though not many, they are few in number, but the usage and maintenance has also contributed to one of our weaknesses in science in Liberia.
so Prince, back to you, Prince.
Yeah, that is a
Prince,
serious issue at the university when it comes to maintenance. If you look at the storage room or bathroom facility, like I said, you have some of these reagents that are to be kept on a specific temperatures. And then most of the times you have no chlorine around, and then temperature exceeding some of. So it's a serious problem. I think we need to maintain a little, like Flomo said, but then it boils down to facility. You have an improved facility, you are carrying on assessment audit. To know, so there should be people in charge that will carry on assessment. If you read the clinical laboratory management policy, there should be assessment conducted. We know when we conduct the assessment, we know our errors, and then we do occurrence management to make sure that these errors do not occur. Once we can do these things, there will be some improvement within the later that we have. So that is the problem. But then again, without the facility, I mean, the later that is there, even you found out that I was surprised that most of these reagents are currently within the lab. They are not functional, especially for the ones I'm not talking about the UL clinical lab, but I'm speaking specifically of the department's lab.
wow. So what about in terms of professors at the university? Are they really good?
Yeah, we
You know,
have
I'm asking you, Prince. I'm
we
asking you.
have
I'm laughing because I'm laughing because I just want to ask you, but I know they are good, very good.
yeah, we have a very highly trained professors at our department. All of our staffs there that are teaching are master degree holders and PhD degree holders. Our chairman is our chairman has PhD in molecular biology, and then we have a very trained and high qualified professors. Like,
Wow.
yeah, they are very trained. So the problem there is that it's not that we don't have the professors, right? We have the workforce to train the younger generation within the field of biological sciences. But the problem is they will give the material, but and then we'll read the material, we'll digest these materials, but then the application of this material becomes a problem. So you will learn all of the theories, and then once you go into the larger society, you should be able to apply what you have learned. So like I'm a biomedical scientist. I will leave a university and then I will not even know how to operate a centrifuge. Imagine. So that is the problem about the University of Liberia. But for our faculty, we have a very well trained faculty. Most of them got their masters out of this country. I can say, yeah, most of them got their masters out of this country. Some of them in China, some of them in Europe, and other parts of the world. So,
Okay.
so for all of the various programs
Yeah,
that our
that's
department runs, there are specific set of instructors for the for the microbiology. We have instructors that are trained within the field of microbiology to teach the microbiology courses. For the biochemistry courses, you have trained professors. Even you have Dr. Peter S. Humphrey, who holds a PhD in biochemistry that is teaching at our department. So for there are highly trained staffs and faculty members at our department.
wow. So, Prince, any other challenges apart from the lab issue? Is there another challenge that you face with apart from you list on series of challenges? Is there any other thing in terms of your students, your colleagues' welfare that they're going through at the university?
Yeah, so like I said, the issue of a facility since the war,
Okay,
I mean, there have there have not been any renovation at our college. You have insufficient chairs, you have poor sanitation issue. The bathroom are all messed up. Yeah, the
okay,
bathroom are all messed up. I mean, these are things that need to be looked at because I mean, a learning environment should be a clean one. It should be a place that students will go and feel certified to learn. Even the environment itself contributes to learning. You cannot go in a classroom that you will have the air leaking and then you sit and learn comfortably. I mean, it's not a good thing. So what I see is that the entire college need to be renovated and the entire college need to be renovated. So that's another challenge. Like I said, infrastructure is a serious challenge. That includes the building, chairs, you know, so on.
wow.
And
Eventually,
then
do you have
also
it?
access to internet. Access to
Okay,
internet is a problem. There is no research center at the university wherein when you go in a library or the reading room, you should be able to go behind a desktop to research some of the latest articles so that you can read in within the scientific journals. I mean, you don't have that at our college. I mean, most of these we thank God that we have some books there that we can read, but I mean, as of the level of our university now, I mean, we should have access to internet. Students should have access to internet. I mean, so that they can be able to access information, especially because there's a scientific world. You have everyday people are publishing new ideas, and we need to get along with these publications.
wow. Eventually, do you have any other addition to make to your colleague
No,
before?
he has just
Because
shared everything.
okay, so folks, if you're watching, we'll go back to them to do their parting comment before magazine after magazine coming with caution or maybe probably have something to say. But you are watching we have the president of the Biomedical Science Student Association and the vice president. They here with us, giving us the challenge and also some of the gains they have made. The new leadership have made over the last 1 month, and they also moving to see how they can be able to make do some advocacy on behalf of the students and also improve. And they talk. And one thing the president talked about that really that actually have interest, maybe probably with partnership from Innovation Lab here, which have to do with the issue of research and we also want to do this that will also have the partnership with Bausa so that you can be able to I mean, get some, probably maybe it could be a capacity building, any other way you want to kind of be in a partnership. We'll see how we can do that. And our leader and one of our leadership is also, she's also in Liberia. She will be meeting you guys soon to see how she can be able to say to. I think she have this semester or something. She may be teaching courses at the university. She took her masters in microbiology. So either course or lab. I don't know. I don't know which one, but I think she had AMEU doing something there. So she will also be coming to you to. So, like I said to you, this actually exercise hosting department leadership on our platform is actually meant to let the public to know what the constraint you're actually going through at your various department, whether it be Codington, UL, UMU, AMEU. I mean, we have library in this place. All these universities comes with their own challenges. Like for instance, University of Liberia, I mean, it's government school, but what is the government doing to improve the system? Because government need to make everyone to have access to education. UMU going to private university, UL, AMU, or let me say AMU, Cotton, and other places. Students are paying money, but they are not also meeting the money, I mean the benefit. They're not also getting the benefit they paying the money for it, which is something that we'll also talk about. Maybe we'll have these students on. They'll also those science students. They'll also tell us they'll consume they're going to. But if you just joining us, we're hosting this guy, and they are saying to us that they have a very deplorable lab situation. Their lab is not improved. Practical learning is something that they actually facing problem with. And the good thing is that we have even some of the professors follow us most of the time from the UL, and this is something that is good. Some of them are even happy that the public will know some of these things. It's not we now actually faking something. We want the students to speak for because they are the one who learning. They are the one who going through these issues. Okay, and I will go back to the comment. I think we have one comment. It's also from Flomo again, and he said, lab managers are not willing to overstay to observe or fluctuation of electricity. People don't invest in having biomedical engineer and technician to repair key equipment with minor issue. Hospitals, clinics, schools, and factories suffer from this. When we need young people to pursue biomedical engineering. So I mean, there is something, but all the passion will live from the improvement of the system. So when the system improve, I mean, eventually will say she want to do biomedical engineering when she knows I mean she's actually because you only develop the passion when you have the facility better. Other countries here, undergraduate students are even doing better research, good research. It's even, I mean, they stay in a lab all the time. We see every time, and it's something that even Ghana, you go back to Ghana, who do these people don't struggle? They struggle, but their facility is such in a way, like the president said, if someone who did molecular in biomedical science should know how to operate centrifuge. But I can tell you for sure. I mean, even though for me, I wasn't to operate centrifuge in one program on, and I had to orientate myself. But still, when I came here, I needed to do some orientation on this small science, and it's something that no one will be able to teach you if you have to do if you're to do further study of master. You have to do it on your own, and it's serious embarrassment to us, you know. So my listeners, don't come back to it because we'll soon be leaving. Time is our greatest enemy.
So I just want to ask a question. We've all talked about the major problem from a broad perspective, and we've seen our challenges. We've seen where we have losses, coming all the way from the aspect of our leaders running down to ourselves. So, as a organization, before you leave, I want to ask this question. I'm aware that there are other BAUSAT, let's say in other universities, there are other biology student association like EUMU, which I know of one, in also in AME, where we have one. And my idea is that UL BAUSA, I stand to be corrected, is I think it's one of the oldest BAUSA among the biology student association in Liberia. So now, as a leadership, what I understand is that for a leadership like Bausa to excel and do more, there should be a connection between other sub biology student association in other universities. because the idea is that every one of us we are driving toward improving the science space in Liberia. So, in a nutshell, what is your relationship with other Bausa organizations in university like UMU, AMU, and other universities across Liberia since it came to power? Have there been any working relationship?
All right. So we so what that is in the pipeline. We because our part of the last leadership, our serving as Secretary General, so we formulated something and we are still working on it. It's in the developmental stage. We are trying to formulate the Biological Sciences Student Association of Liberia, that is BAUSA Liberia. So we are currently in the formative process. Currently, we have AMU on board, we have UMU on board. These are the three universities we have on board, and we hope to meet with other universities around, like the Adventist University of West Africa, the Stella Maris University, to be specific, the Mother College of Science and Technology, and other universities are offering the biological science and the biological sciences. So it's in the developmental stages. So key thing to our leadership that we thought of is that we already have it as a plan is to host the first biological sciences conference within the republic, wherein students, researchers, and professors will gather to discuss scientific issues and how can we bridge the research gap within our country. So that is a fun thing. That is one thing we are thinking about organizing. So with that, I mean we have students from all over the country, that is from other universities, and then we all will gather to discuss scientific issues and how can we bridge the gap. I mean, the research gap, because there's a serious research gap within our country. There's a very little limited amount of information on of our country, especially as it relates to the biological sciences, or let's say the health sciences and biology. I mean, there are a whole lot of medicinal plants of great importance to our country that we are not looking at. There are a whole lot of species when it comes to biodiversity. There are a whole lot of animal species that we still need to go out there and find within our forest. There are a whole lot of plant species within our forest that we still need to find out and name them. Also, marine biology. We need to see the need to look at marine biology, like the university is offering course now in fishery. We have a department in fishery and aquaculture. So there is a need that we look at marine biology, we look at our, our, our aquatic environment, especially our ocean. Let's look at the environment there. What are the species, what are the organisms that are found within there? I mean, that is something that we do not have in Liberia. We are not investigating the fish species, the fishes within our oceans. We do not know uh, the fishes within our ocean. We do not know how the aquatic environment is. That we need to understand their own biosphere. So there are a whole lot to look at and a very great view. So like I can say, Liberia is still a virgin country to the sciences. I mean, we still need to look at more.
Evangeline, any addition? No, no addition, right? Okay, so Maison, you don't have any other question to ask? No question again.
I don't have a question again. I think I'm okay now with the question.
Okay, so guys, before we can let you go, what are some of the what are some of the things you want to say to maybe the question goes to two of you in your closing? You can do that now. Each of you will close. What are some of the things you have to say to the UL authority, the government of Liberia, people who are watching, philanthropic humanitarians that are watching, that love Liberia so much? Probably they can even take initiative to undertake some of these things, like some of those projects like the lab issue, in the Department of Biology, because I don't want to talk about chemistry now. When the chemistry student come, they want to talk for themselves. I know all the advocacies are cutting across because I know you ringing a bell, even you go across to all these departments. So what are those things that you want to say to them, and also maybe you can say any other thing in your closing. So we'll start from Evangeline, then we'll go to Prince.
All right. Firstly, Mohammed, I want to say thank you for this. Sure. Yeah. So what I have to say to everyone that are listening, or let's say to government, first of all, I want to appreciate my hardworking instructors. They are doing their best. Like the president said, they are challenging, and every one of us we know it. We have the library, we have communication problems on campus, no renovation over the past years. So we are, for me, I'm asking the government so that they can look at us, the University of Liberia, to do some renovation, especially on the infrastructure, uh, the bathroom, from set to go. Can you imagine? You will have tests, you will have tests in the science building, and then you are so cheerful on the 80 once they will come and do test. So we are begging the government, please, just please come and do some renovation. And also on our lab issues, we need equipment, we need materials, and also to the lab instructors. When these or let's say when these equipments are there, let us try to why to maintain them. So once more, Mohammed, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is what I can say for now.
Thank you, Evangeline. Thank you for coming, and we really appreciate the time. Prince, can we get any other, from what I said from the close?
All right. So, I mean, for our country to grow, that depends on STEM, that is
Prince,
science,
Prince, Prince,
technology, engineering, and mathematics.
can you be audible a little bit? Can you be audible a little bit? I think we're facing a little bit of issue,
Okay.
but can you be audible? Okay,
All right.
yeah,
I'm
we get
okay
you now.
now, right?
Yeah,
All right. So, like I said, for any country to develop, that depends on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So we are calling on national government to invest more into STEM education. We are also calling on our partners, our international partners, to see the need to improve the laboratories at the University of Liberia, most especially the Department of Biological Sciences. I mean, this is a serious problem, and to solve it, I mean, we all have to work. So we are calling on philanthropists. I mean, people of goodwill. You can reach out to us. I mean, reach out to the department chairman. I mean, some of these equipment are hard to get. You can ask for a PCR price. How much is for polymerase reaction machine price? How much for joy electrophoresis price? At least little by little, we can get these things done and improve the facility there. So we are calling on the university authority to see the need. I mean, whenever they are making their budget, to see the need to increase at least the laboratory issue there, the laboratory area, the laboratory sessions, so that I mean reagents can be bought on time, and then everything can be managed properly, and everything can be obtained in time. Because I mean, without finance, I mean, nothing can be done. So all bow down to finance. So we hope that the university will work along with the department to see how best they can improve these things and getting involved partners and national government and other stakeholders. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Prince. I mean, it was actually nice having you guys. This is just little conversation will call you to actually, but to be frank, it was actually a good show. Even though earlier the internet issue was giving some problem with you, but I mean, you were able to use your own scientific knowledge to stay on the show with us today. And to be frank, it was actually a good discussion. I want to say we'll try our best to see how we can be able to collaborate with Powerstar UL in future programs to come. Don't hesitate to reach us if you think there's a need rises. We'll be
Sure,
able to
sure. That's a
provide
great
our
thing.
little help we can. Yeah, we can. We all are fighting to improve science, and it was actually a good discussion. People who will come after here to watch this video, they will be able to I mean to see how they can improve the sector, because it's something that is very much serious. It's not only UL, it's other university, but I mean, I think your universal library should be the front line of this, and I like the trends you guys are taking. We hope to have your other colleagues on who are from the other university, and also who also are in the university that are other department, science related department. They're gonna also come on to share similar thing with us. And we are actually gradually doing this. It's almost like a survey we're doing, so that we can know the challenges students going through in a wake of these things. Our government official, maybe they're going to take action, because this is very serious. So thank you so much for coming, and it was actually good having you guys. Uh, thank you so much.
Yeah, we say thank you for hosting us too.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, it was actually a good show though, and you know, most of the time, people don't understand this is when it comes to the sciences in library. They get feel, sometimes the government feels that these things are not necessary at all. Science is not necessary, but they prefer investing in different things, and that's the reason why I don't understand these things. You can say you want to improve the country, for example, the agricultural sector, the sectors like the infrastructure, your infrastructure, and you're not paying attention to the sciences. You need students to think. You need students to be innovative in bringing up new idea on how they can solve those problems. Like you hear Prince. Prince is talking about library have a very good breed of medicinal plants, but how can students be able to think? Even Dr. Jan talked about it the other day when he appeared here, and he was like, how can we be able to come together as a scientist to see how we can utilize those medicinal plants, the kojodobo, the something said kojodobo, I mean they have other names, the ganagana, right? It's something that people
Yeah.
can be able to look at the medicinal potency that are in these roots, that are in these medicinal plants. What are those healing or potency that are in there? And people, because I mean these are the same thing that China and other countries doing, but they are just modernizing it, making it to look scientific, so that people can get the people can be overdosed from it. So I mean, Liberia, you hear from the students something that is not strange. No good lab, every time they struggle. Hope that in the coming week we'll have the other students from the other university. I'm I'm really really hoping that we'll have even whole full horse here from other university. Even Cottington, they're gonna be here. The leadership from Cottington and UMU, and even the leadership, some of the leadership from. We can host all of them one day, but like we hosted UL Bausa today, we can host UL Kemusa and the other Kemusa from the other end, to see how we can be able to discuss these things. And this platform is not political. We're not in any way inciting people, but we are using our voices to say that science is necessary. If you think science is unnecessary to you, you are joking, because these are people that you should depend on. This is your health. Medical doctors are coming from this department. I mean, you're talking about nurses. They are coming from this department. These environmentalists. These are people who are. You're talking about issue of flood now in Liberia. How will students be able to? How can we discuss these things? How can we be discuss how we can find solution to this problem? How can we do this? It's about investing into science. The world is now, you see, America and other country investing into climate change, global warming. And I mean, we should as a library think in a direction of science. Science is the world is going scientifically. Everyone, no one is thinking in other words. Even though we want to improve the economy, but how can you improve the economy when you don't have the scientists? They put the scientists doing the right thing. We don't have the foundation. We have we keep saying we don't have the resources, but certain people it is certain money. Then we don't have where we need to spend those money. Next area we're not spending those money there. I mean, it's so serious. Seriously. So, and seriously, I think for me, eh, this is a professional show, but we will use our platforms, our same platform, to be able to advocate on behalf of science. This is something that we'll be able to do, and every time we'll be able to flag it up. In the coming week, like I said, we'll host other universities grouping. And those of you who watching are in leadership in UMU, AMU, Cotton University, and other area, you can come on so that we can be able to discuss like Bausa did. Bausa came on and they were so straight to the point, and they actually doing well. To one more in leadership, they doing pretty well. Hope that they're going to keep advocating on behalf of their colleagues like this, and it will really really help. You know. So
Sure,
that's it,
Mohammed.
Madison.
Sure. Okay, that's it.
Eh, Okay, so I mean we can call it a day, and
But I'm
by
having I'm having I'm having a serious problem with you, Mohammed. Always you are giving me an impromptu invite, and then I mean it's not good for
I'm
my part.
so
Seriously.
I'm so sorry for that, and so sorry for I mean I was kind of surprised when he came on, because the other guys Slemes, I think he's writing a kind of exam, so he's not coming. I'm the only person most of the time running the show these days, and Olu Edwin is in. Moreover, the internet issue is one problem, and so I remember when I went back in the months in Liberia, the internet issue was actually giving me some issues. I have to come back to continue the show, and you were kind of busy doing the vacation. I couldn't give the show over to you to run. It's something that, but I'm so sorry. Hope that I
So
think maybe the thing we're mistaken. We didn't add you to the chat room. You and Azara. I think we need to add you guys to the chat. Azara, and Rachel. We should add you guys to the chat room to see how you can be constantly being updated of information. People, no one have to individually text you again. You just
okay, I
look
think
at
that
your
will
chat and
be okay.
see. Yeah, if you want to come on, like what the guys do, if they want to come on, they just come on. They don't want to leave it. So thank you so much. Thank you for the time, Madison. And
Thank you,
hope you
thank you.
enjoyed
I
the
mean, thanks
hope,
again
hope you
for the
enjoy your
invite.
thank you. Hope you enjoying your time back there.
Yeah, we are here. We on it.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
Mohammed. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, go, 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 oh, yeah, go, oh, yeah, go, oh, yeah, go, oh, yeah, Imalia, you are baby. Nailia, Imalia, you are baby. Nailia, Imalia, you are baby. 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 Oh, you are baby. Oh, you are baby. I want the river. No, you want the river. Mube almost see him walk on we fight here for murder. Mube almost see him while they're not going sign here for murder. Not even now when you want to talk for the what check it out. Not even now when you want to talk for the what check it out. You want the river. You want the river. You are the man, you are the fool. You are the man, you are the man, you are the man, you are the man. Oh, you are the man, oh, you are the man, oh, you are the man, oh, you are the he can now know, he can now know, oh, never go. He can now know, he won't talk.